Okay, so here basically when you are working in the implementation project, okay, if you are working in the first implementation project, then only you will get a chance to work with the workflow basic configuration. So workflow basic by using the SWU3 transaction code, we can configure the basic customization right here. Okay, so just enter the user ID. Let's go to the transition code. Okay, so you can see these are all the nodes, like what is the definition environment, what is the runtime environment, how to set the workflow system as administrator, how to set up RFC destination, what is the background jobs, what are the background jobs scheduling in the SW3, maintain prefix numbers, what is the data and mounting. These are all things we'll discuss in the SW3. Okay, so this particular T code is very much important when you're working in implementation, as well as you will get a chance in the implementation. Sorry, get a chance in the implementation project and upgrade project. Okay, so I'll explain you when we get a chance in the implementation, when we get a chance in the upgrade. Okay, just go to the transition code, run the transition SW3. Okay, so here in the SW3, two things are important. One is first one is RFC configuration. Second one is the prefix numbers. Okay, so here whenever we want to trigger the workflow, whenever we want to send the work item from one system to other system or one system to other system to integrate the things, basically we need RFC destination here, RFC configuration here. So in the workflow we will call a TRFC, transactional RFC. Okay, TRFC means workflow backend. It will call many transaction codes. That is the reason we will call it as a TRFC, transactional RFC. Okay, to configure the transaction RFC, okay, basically we need a few things here. First thing is we have to check in the system the user wf-bash, whether this is existed or not. We have to check. Okay, after checking this, we have to check SAP all authorizations provided or not. SAP all and SAP new, SAP new. So this we have to provide. The SAP all is for the existing SAP standard transaction code. This is for the G transaction codes. And after that, no validity period. Okay, and no, it should be user should be as a system user or communication user. Okay, and so let me check the user. Here, go to SW01, sorry, and check the user wf-batch. Okay, so here you can check the profiles SAPL and SAP new, right? And you can see the logon data. You can see it is a system user, and you can see parameters. You can see the parameters. You can see the roles, and you can see the profiles. Basically, SAPL and SAP new is the primary things. So these two things, and here you can see there is no validity date. Yeah, it should be blank. Okay, and after this, here, suppose if you are going to maintain any email ID, then you can maintain the email ID. Okay, it's based on the system IDs that you have to maintain, right? So after maintaining all these things, then go to the SW3, and you have to the basis team will give the productive password. You can see, right, productive password. Once they maintain the productive password, right, sometimes they will give to us, sometimes they will not give. Suppose if they give, then you can go to the SW3, select the RFC destination, just click on execute button. Okay, here you will get the, you need to enter the password. Once you enter the password, right, automatically RFC destination will be set of, you can see background user RS destination equal to WS hash. Like this, it will automatically come. Okay, initially it will be an enter mark. Once you enter the password, automatically it will become a tick mark, green button. So that means RX destination will be configured. Okay, after this, then go to the maintain system workflow system administrator. This is for, like let's say for example, you are working in many projects, like many workflows. Okay, so it is very difficult to check each and every workflow in the system whether it is working fine or not, right? To avoid that kind of information, basically we will maintain our user ID as a workflow administrator here. You can see that user, and you can see the maintain the username global. So any workflow goes into error mode. Okay, then we will get a notification in the workflow. You can see here in the notification place. You can see this is the error message. So like this, if we errors in the workflow, automatically you will get a notification saying that there is error in the work item. This is a work item, right? So in this work item there is error. Okay, so basically one email notification will come to the SAP workflow administrator. Based on this, then we will start our analysis, right? So for that we need to configure our user ID. whoever is working on the who is working on the production system as a workflow administrator, their user ID generally will assign here. Other than this, suppose if the multiple people are working in the project, then we'll assign the multiple people's user ID by assigning the organization unit. Okay, so just go to maintain active plan version. This is for to read the current reporting manager from the OM, organization management, right? You can see this is a plugin. Basically, SAP HR people will be configure this configuration. Okay, so we will call it as a 00. This actually is not, we will not configure automatically. SAP HR people will inform us like what we need to configure and all. Okay, based on that, we will implement this. And the classification general classification decision as a general task. Right? This particular activity, actually, I will tell you when we are developing the workflows. Right, at that time we will get a chance to configure this node. What is the purpose of this particular node? Why we need to maintain? What is the use of this? Generally, I'll explain this concept practically in the system while developing the workflow. Okay, so that you will get complete idea why we need to activate this node. Okay, at present, without having anything, just blindly select this and generate it. Okay, document generation and form integration. Suppose if you are working with Adobe Forms like web applications and BSK applications, Adobe Forms, Smart Forms, and all, right? Then you have to maintain this activate. You have to activate this node to integrate the workflow with other forms. Okay, maintain time units. This is for the deadline monitoring. Basically, it will be we have to activate in the workflow to check the creation of the workflow or creation of the work item to calculate the time of the event. Okay, so these are all 5 jobs are right. Schedule background job for missed deadlines, schedule background job for work item with errors, schedule background job for with condition evaluation, schedule background job for event queue, schedule background job for cleaning report. These 5 jobs are generally we have to activate in the system and maintain every 3 minutes. Okay, and after scheduling the job, then you have to change the user from your user ID to WBash user ID, because after we left from the project, it should not be fail, right? The job should not be failed. Then automatically the job should continue after we left the project. That is the reason once we schedule with our name, then we have to change the job name from our user ID to this user ID, WBash user ID. Okay, the basis team will take care of this jobs, but you have to explain to them why we need to activate these nodes. Okay, this is for the deadline monitoring to escalate the work item from one layer to other level. Okay, these are all jobs you need to maintain. Schedule background job for missed deadline, schedule background job for work item with errors, schedule background job condition. Suppose if you implemented any condition in the deadline monitoring, to execute that condition, then we have to schedule this job. Schedule background for event queue. Suppose if we want to trigger event after some time, then we have to activate this. Schedule background for cleaning the report. So there will be some errors in the workflow, right? So that all the error work items you have to clean every day, right? Automatically this job will take care of cleaning the error work items from the deadline monitoring. Okay. So these are all 5 jobs is mandatory. Most of the cases we will implement first one is a missed deadline. This is the main important background job. Without this, deadline marking will not work. Whether you activate other nodes or not, but you have to activate the first one. Okay. Without implementing the first one, you cannot able to implement the deadline monitoring. Okay. So make sure that you have to implement these all 5 jobs.
What is the importance of deadline monitoring?
Deadline monitoring is nothing but, let's say for example, we created a scenario. Okay, your number is something employee number, yes, 1000, and your reporting manager employee number is something like 2000, and his reporting manager employee number is something like 3000. Right? You raised a request, and let's say for example, you raised a request on today morning at 9 a.m. You raise a request, and you are traveling to something like Dubai. Okay, you have to travel this Saturday. Right? So you have the visa and everything. You know, you have all the visa, you have the foreign currency and everything. But there is a short trip emergency system that you have to travel. In this case, let's say for example, your manager, this 2001 manager is on leave. Maybe you will come mid of this week. In this case, who will approve the work item? Okay. So you will not see the work item, right? You will not see the work item. In this case, we will maintain some time limit. Suppose if the manager is not approved the work item within a 1 day, 24 hours, then we will escalate the work item to the next level manager. He is the next level manager, right? So we will escalate the work item to the next level manager, saying that the person work item was pending with the employee number 2000. He was not able to approve, and we can send the escalation to the next level. The work item will come to automatically, it will come to the next level here. Then he will take care of approving the work item. Suppose if he is also not approve the work item within a 24 hours, then there will be a concept called auto approval. Then we will implement a concept called auto approval. And automatically our workload will be auto approved. Then Sunday intimation mail says there's 2 minutes are not available. So since it is emergency ticket, we are approving it. We will send intimation mail to all the approvers, and will automatically system will take care of auto approval. Okay. Basically, to implement this kind of scenarios, we will implement the deadline monitoring here. Okay. So you got the idea, right? What is meant by deadline monitoring? Okay.
Yes, I got it.
So what is meant by maintain definition environment? Here maintain definition environment, and once you activate all these nodes, right, in the first node, maintain runtime environment. Just after activating all this one, just select this one, just click on the generate button. Automatically it will be green. Okay, so that means in the first node everything will be comes under green. After that, just come to the maintain prefix numbers. Maintain prefix number is nothing but a, when you're working in a ABAP program, right? When you're developing ABAP program, either you will start with ABAP program either with a Z or Y. Am I right? Okay, you will create a program with G or Y. In the same way, in the workflow, whenever we create a custom workflow, either we'll start with a 999 and 991, 992. It's like our own number ranges. First 3 number will be our own number ranges. Basically, whoever is the first developer who is working in this RFC destination or RFC configuration, that developer will configure list. Okay, most of the project I have seen that 999 they have configured. Okay, some developer will create 981, 982. This is their interest. Whatever the number ranges they configured in the beginning of the project, that number ranges will be carried out till the system is there. Okay, this is a mandatory step. Without this configuration, we cannot able to create the custom workflows. Okay, and you have to save in a transport request number, and you have to move to the quality and production also. Before going to move all the workflow related transport request number, first thing is you have to move this particular request to the quality.
These three prefix number is compulsory.
What is that?
No, you said that the prefix number is 999, 991, 992. So these 3 years, first 3 right?
It is your interest. Okay, whatever the number that you create, that is your interest. Suppose if you are a first developer, then let's say for example, you will create something like a 998. Okay, it is your interest. Basically, most of the developers will create a 999. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But it's a your interest. Okay. So now after you select this node, click on the execute button. Okay. It is a one-time activity. We have to do in the only development system. Okay. You can see in this system, go for the 800 client. You can see here in this 800 client, you can see 999 is already configured. And we have to save in a development class, and that development class need to move to the quality and production system. Since it is the idea system, we configured in the local system, but as per the practice, you have to move to the, you have to configure it.
So some of the request will generate, that is customized to workbench request.
Yeah, customer workbench request will be generated.
Okay, okay. That should be moved to testing client.
Yes, yes, yes. Customer
Quality.
yes, customer request number generated, and it move,
Hello.
you have to move this transport request to the quality and production system. Okay. Okay, and check number ranges and check HR check entries from the HR control tables. These two are related to the HR related workflows. Okay, so here I'll explain this concept when we are developing the workflow. At present, you just see this tables T77 SC11. You can see F4. These are the control tables. Okay, basically in HR workflows there will be a no event. So we will implement the configure will develop the workflow. That develop workflow template number will give to the functional consultant. That functional consultant will configure the our workflow template number into the SPRO. Automatically, the when they save the SPRO, right, automatically that template number will be saved into the this control tables. Okay, so for to work the workflow based on the configuration, then we have to implement these two nodes. And other than there is one more also here. Here you can see one more thing. Activate. These three are similar. So we have to implement this as part of the second node. You have to activate all these three. Okay. This is for the primarily we have to check RC destination, and second one is the prefix numbers. Without these two, we cannot able to implement the workflow. Whether you activate other nodes or not, that is a secondary thing. These are the other things are optional, but these two are mandatory. RC destination, prefix number is a mandatory. Without these two, we cannot able to implement the workflow. Okay, and after this node, you can now select the maintain additional settings and services. These for the web services. Okay, basically you know, right, web services. Maintain standard domain, like basis will you configure the project domain, like some whatever the domain is there .com, that and this for the HR. And after activating all this thing, maintain demo and verification. This particular node is you have to activate to check the this system is ready for the SAP workflow implementation or not. Okay, to check the system health check, you have to activate this. I'll show you what is the purpose of this. I'll show you practical in system. Okay, just activate this. Then go to the testing. This is for the general task. These are all for the testing. You have to activate all these things as part of the testing, to test the IDAC, to test the interface, to test the iPhone. Sorry, it's SAP one. We have to activate all these ones. Okay, without this we cannot able to test the workflow. And guided procedures maintain. We are working on the gateway related workflows, right? We have to implement the gateway related workflows. We have to activate this gateway and maintain the generation of standard task, classification general tasks. This one, and these are all same. Okay, so when you are working on the workflows, I will tell you what is the purpose of this, why we need to implement this. Okay, so here basically you remember that entire this all 5 nodes. Okay, this one is a mandatory, and this one is the mandatory. Without this you cannot able to implement the workflow. Okay, after checking all this into green, then click on this icon. You can see, right, this icon, start verification workflow. Okay, before going to test this, check SWI1 transaction code to check the workflow. SWI1. Okay, run the transaction code SWI1. Okay, you can see. So there is no workflow. Okay, there is no workflow created today. Okay, now go to SWI1. Okay, just click on the icon. Okay, workflow verification started. Now just click on the execute button. Right, you can see workflow created, and this is the standard workflow. You can see the template number WS301301. Okay, you can see the log. You can see work item sent to initiator user global, and you can see the log. Right, work item is created. Now go to the SAP inbox to approve this work item. Select this and approve this work item. You can see it, just approve it. Okay, now see the log. See, workflow completed. Right, basically once the first, if the work, this particular standard workflow is triggered, if it is triggered, then only system is ready for the workflow implementation. Else there is some issue in the configuration, there is some issue in the administration point of view, there is some issue in the basis level point of view. Basically these things are important when this particular workflow is important to trigger the workflow. Okay, so without triggering this workflow you cannot be able to implement the workflows in the development system. Okay, so if the workflow is not going to trigger, then you have to check some configurations, some SAP notes, what is the issue and what is some and all you have to check. Okay, so this particular configuration, whatever you did, right, all this configuration you will get a chance in the implementation project. Okay, if it is a new implementation, you will get a chance. Other than new implementation, then you will get a chance in the upgrade. When you are going to upgrade the project, right, at that time basis team will lock all the users whoever is active in the system, right? SU01, whoever is active in the system, this all the users will be locked. Same time this user also will be locked. Okay, if this is user is locked, automatically this configuration will be get disturbed. It will be into mark. At the time this workflow will not be work. Workflows whatever you created, right, workflows will not work. To activate those workflows again, you need to come to the SW3, and first thing is you have to unlock this user ID. You have to unlock this user ID. You have to set the productive password. Then you come to the RFC destination. You have to maintain this RFC destination. Then only workflows will start working on it in the system. Okay, you are getting my point. So these are the mandatory things in the SW3. Without this, we cannot able to implement. So any questions in this scenario in the configuration?
Same SWI1 has some confusion.
SW?
You say that preliminary you have to check that the
SWI1 for the workflow log, to check the workflow log. Again, when we are working on the actual scenarios, right, there will be many scenarios will going to work on it. When you are working on the scenarios at the time, I'll tell you what is the purpose of this SWI1, what are these events, what are these actions, okay, what is this standard workflow template, what is the custom template, and there will be many options. Okay, so when we are working in the actual development, this is only just configuration, right, we discussed. So there
no. What should we check that this workflow is? Suppose there is some mistake, means you have to check that some.
That's what I'm telling. There will be many other scenarios that we are going to work on, right? At the time, when we are working on the one custom workflow, at the time I'll tell you like what is the purpose of the SWI1, what exactly that you need to check, and how to check the log, and what is the icons and all. At the time when I explained, right, you came to know exactly. So what you need to check in the SWI1, what is how to analyze the workflow, the standard production system, based on the analysis, how to decide there is a issue in the workflow, like that. I'll show you practically in the system based on these scenarios. There will be many scenarios that we are going to work on it. At the time, you'll come to know completely about this scenario. Okay. So other than this, any questions you have? Prasad, you have?
You say that the HR person will be assigned some of that configuration. Means HR functional side, they will be maintaining one of the configuration. So it's something one record they some they have to maintain each side.
This one, right? So yes, this particular configuration, right? Basically, without our having knowledge on the SAP HR, we should not implement.
No. My question is that if other module suppose going to be implementing workflow, there is no requirement this record. No?
No, it's not required. Only for HR related workflows required. If it is HR related workflows, then the functional consultant will tell you like you have to activate this node to create the current manager. Okay. Otherwise, it is not required. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, any other questions that you have? Prasad, you have any questions?
No questions from my side.
Okay. I think you already